Well, we're back again with yet another summon video. We have the new Gala Dragalia summon showcase, and of course with it comes another summon video as I'm absolutely thirsty for the limited units. I'm sure you guys know what the drill is. I haven't touched today's summon, so we'll start with the daily deal. Personally, I'm going to be aiming for Gala Elisanne. I might go a bit further if I get her early, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll get some more 5-star units along the way, as I do exercise some restraint during non-limited banners. Luckily for myself, I actually managed to get Chelsea and Reina during the last summon showcase. Was it Madcap Misfits? Right. I managed to get, what, 2 Reinas and 1 Chelsea just doing the daily deals. So, you know, it's just a bit of luck every now and again. I'm gonna work up the pity rate with the single summons, and then we'll start going with the tenfolds. I'm gonna be drowning in drakes for a bit. I don't think there's much interesting going on in these original summons. These first few summons where I build up the pity rate. I'm sure everyone sort of watches for the big old tenfolds anyway. Because obviously that's where the endorphin rush comes from. That's why people watch. And I suppose it's like, what is it? The reward, so to speak? Oh, okay, so we're not building up pity rate. Dagger. We have the wedding hour already. Well then, let's use up some more single summon tickets. Oh. What is this? 3 dubs? Just a 4-star. Not too shabby. 4-star dragon. What are we missing? A rock. Okay, we are... Well, I'm overburdened with rocks, so that is essentially 2.2k Eldwater in the bank, as well as 2k rupees, but with the recent double drops from Avenue of Fortune, I'm really not needing rupees at the moment. I'm very close to the maximum cap of 99 million? 999,999? I'm like a few 100,000 rupees off that, but you know, I'm not too fussed of hitting the cap exactly. So, see if I can get the pity rate up again with the single summon tickets. And then start working through the tenfolds. Because, well, having banked over 100 summon tickets, I think I'd want to use them at some point. I'll start bow, use this. Lenora. Nothing special then. Unless, that is, you guys have any sort of preference for Eleonora. Not that I mean any offense. If you guys happen to like Eleonora, then yeah, all the more power to you. As for myself, I'm not really sure what kind of characters I like, honestly. I rather quite like Axe characters. Suzanka was probably one of my... Suzanka, Vanessa, that kind of thing. Oh, what have we got here? A sword! Naveed. I have far too many memories. Just those memories of pulling, was it 4 or 5 Naveeds during the return of the Valentine's banner? That was fairly upsetting. Not really something I want to go through again, but you know, such is luck. This is what happens. Either way, I didn't get Yuya during the Madcap Misfits, and well, looks like we have Yuya now. Anyway, moving swiftly onwards. What other 4 stars am I missing? Can't exactly recall. I managed to get Noelle that one time. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it'd be a good idea for me to go through my roster and see what I'm actually missing before I do these videos. But for now, well, I also have to juggle my time with doing the showcase analysis videos as well. So, I don't know. That and I suppose I'm getting lazy with these videos again, huh? But such is life when you're juggling a full-time job, videos, And sometimes I don't even want to play Dragalia Lost at all. Sometimes I want to play something else, but to be fair, I haven't really been playing much else besides Dragalia Lost, so yeah, such is life. Slowly tackling some more high dragon trials, or at least thinking about it, with recent updates to the void battles dropping augments, as well as the standard high dragon trials dropping augments. I suppose it's a somewhat reliable way of for people to be able to power up their units and maybe break into the expert and master high dragon trials. But for me, in the meantime, I'm still a casual, haven't cleared any experts, I've still only cleared 2 out of 5 of the standard ones. Nothing too much going on there. And Silka. Creepy dragon. That's the thing about the story dragons, well, the dragon stories. They sort of reveal other sides to the dragons, and Silka's other side is rather ominous. Anyway, we've reached 6.5%, so use the free tenfold that we got today. Do keep in mind that we are going to be getting a free tenfold on every day of this showcase, so unless you're like me and also producing content on the first day of the showcase, it might be a good idea to actually try and use those free tenfolds to, really make the use of it, make use of the free tenfolds before really pouring resources into it, because who knows, if you're only aiming for Gala Elisanne and there's a slim chance that you actually get her from the free tenfolds, then yeah, it's not too bad. You don't end up, you end up spending fewer resources. Anyway, 5-star Cerberus. Not too shabby. I don't have a maximal unbound Cerberus, and I believe she is very slightly better than Agni due to the defense debuff. Ignoring the fact, I'm pretty sure during the time trial events for not expert with God's Armor, there was some sort of bug with Cerberus if multiple people used her skill at the same time. Yeah, not really something I experienced myself. Not really anything I have any experience with, and nice. Some people were affected. I personally don't really care. I wasn't really competing with the time trials, and I don't know. I do occasionally see some people with the Speed Slayer titles, but otherwise, there's not too much going on. I'm pretty sure, like, people with those Speed Slayer titles are like the 1% of Dragalia Lost. And then we've got the day 1 players that also spend considerable amounts of, I suppose, money and time and resources in this game. Always the first to tackle new content. Obviously tomorrow we also have the Mega Man event? Not really sure what to call it. I suppose it's going to be an event of sorts. Don't know if people want me to do a no fluff analysis on a free character, considering that a lot of the time, I mean, people are going to be getting the free character regardless, right? I mean, it doesn't matter whether he's good or bad. If it's an addition to the roster, I think it's a good idea to get him. Some funky audio happenings. And we're back to normal. I somewhat lost count of our pity rate. I'm pretty sure we want to push to 76 tickets, so we'll keep track of that. Nothing much going on here. I'm pretty sure we've seen quite a few Arthemias. Anyway, further on, later on down the line, we're also going to have the new boss battles. I don't know how they're going to stack up against the high dragon trials in terms of difficulty, but if we're lucky, I believe we'll have, there'll be opportunities for, the adventurers with the other resistances to shine. So, wind units with, what is it? No, fire units with sleep resist, and then wind units. There's burn and stun resist. So wind units with stun resist, is it? Or is it? No, wind units with freeze resist. That's right. Wait, I think we've gone past the 10 point, right? Yeah, okay. Well, let's push to use 20 tickets. But hopefully some wind units with freeze resist will have some time to shine. Fire units with stun resist. The water units with Bog resist? No, that's the other one. So water units deal with flame, which inflicts burn and stun. Okay, so there's wind units that deal with water content, which inflicts bog and freeze. Dagger. Another... Oh, Delphi! I already have a Delphi. Well then, 73 tickets. Let's push to 63. Then we've got the light and shadow units. So, we're looking at light units. There aren't terribly many shadow units with blind resist. Rather lacking in terms of that front. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that's going to be eclipsed by Gala Cleo anyway. But in terms of light units, we've got, what is it? So Shadow inflicts, I believe it's poison and curse? So, who knows, maybe poison resist light units are also going to see a bit of love, so to speak, in terms of content for them to tackle. Because currently, whenever we see new units added with summon showcases and whatnot, you know, there's always that slight disappointment when, you know, the unit doesn't have the resistance for tackling the High Dragon Trial. Or sometimes you are disappointed with the unit having the right resistance. Anyway, Wedding Elisanne. Not quite the Elisanne we're gunning for, but a welcome Elisanne all the same. This means I have yet another unit that I could attempt to do High Mercury with. So far I've cleared it with Noelle, but you know, sometimes I don't know, it's always somewhat nerve-wracking being the Noelle, because you're responsible for baiting and just responsibility. I can't deal with it sometimes. Anyway, we have the 4-star bow, another Eleonora. So we'll push to 58 tickets and then think about doing temples. Maybe we're just going to keep getting 5 stars with the single summon tickets. Who knows? What did I say again? Is it 58? 57? We'll have to check. Anyway, as I was saying, sometimes you get disappointed when there's a new unit added and they do have the High Dragon Trial resistance. So for example, we're completely drowning in flame units with a stun resist, and then I believe shadow units, is it? Shadow units with paralysis resist we have plenty of as well. We don't have too many blind resist units. Hopefully we'll see that change as the new bosses are added, and hopefully they have the opposing resistance, because if they start adding, you know, additional bosses with the elements that have the same, inflict the same status effect as the High Dragon Trials, I am going to be wildly confused, and also sort of, you know, it's going to be disappointing, right? Some people want a chance to use new adventurers, but no, you're still going to be using, well, of course you're still going to be using Gala Cleo, but then the other units as well. You know, going to be using... to be fair, I suppose people also use off-resistance units in some Dragon Trials, for example like Ramona in High Midcloud's Armor, despite the fact that she doesn't have stun resist. Same with, who is it? Emma, the spear unit, lance unit that buffs. They don't have the right resistance, but they're so powerful that people bring them into the content anyway. But if we do have some proper, you know, wind content that benefits from having sleep resist, I believe those units will have a bit of a fun time. Anyway, moving onwards, let's start using the tenfolds, and then go straight to having a 5-star. What do we have here? What am I hoping for? Any of the decent 5-star like strength dragons, skill damage dragons would be nice. 5-star wand. Missing Cassandra, I know for sure. I'm also missing Maribel. But as for other units, I'm not sure. Pushing onwards. It is Maribel. Very nice. So we're still filling out our collection. Maribel, I believe, I believe she was added maybe 2 or 3 showcases into the game's lifespan. So one of the old guards, so to speak. Anyway, more 5-star units, more fun. So we're at 58 single summon tickets. Let's push on further. Oh, okay, I guess we're getting another 5-star. I guess this is the luck you have with Gala banners. This is why I prefer to pull with them as well. Not another Naveed, please. Okay, another Gala Elisanne. That is, I suppose, technically just as bad, but I am somewhat tired of seeing Naveed. Please, no more Naveed. Okay, so that's one summon into the pitch rate, so let's push to 47 single summon tickets remaining. Or not. Okay, okay. Guess we have another 5-star. What have we got here? Dragon and... Oh, another Cerberus. That is very nice. Do I have a... Okay, quiet now. I suppose... Am I getting close to maximum unbinding Cerberus? Would be nice. But I suppose it would also be my first max unbound fire 5-star fire dragon strength anyway. As the only maximum unbound 5-star fire dragon I have is Prometheus. Who I still think he's actually okay for range units possibly, because of the extra defense. You might be able to substitute in for a High Dragon Trial resistance print, for example. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't tried my Midgard Silver Expert or Master, but I believe that if I'm bringing in a Cerise, I might be able to use, say, I think 2 offensive 1 prints and then Prometheus, and that actually leads to, you know, better DPS? I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to sort of do some research before I think about tackling that content. Let's push on through these single summon tickets. Gonna be drowning in drakes. At some point I'm gonna hit that point where it's like, oh hey, excess drakes, excess things have been sent to your goodie box. I've already been drowning in sort of, weapons and worm prints? Running out of space for those. I should probably stop hoarding so many worm prints, but I kind of like collecting at least 2 maximum bound copies of the 4-star prints. I don't quite know why I do it. I probably shouldn't hoard so much, but well, such is life when you like having a large collection of things. Really. Well, she has freeze resist, so technically not really used in what is it? High Mercury? Who knows, maybe the new boss content will make her a bit more useful. I believe she has a defense buff on one of her skills, right? Who knows, maybe Chocolatier's Aileen might be a decent unit for one of the boss battles in the future. You know, we're at 45 single summon tickets remaining. So, let's go on to the tenfolds. See if we get a 5-star straight away as we have before. Maybe not. That is also okay. Can't be lucky forever. Oh, just the one 4-star. Okay, so this doesn't happen too often, but I guess this is the bare minimum you can get from a tenfold. 4-star dragon. Well, let's push on through this. And then we'll get to another tenfold. 4-star dragon is Strybog. Or like 2.2k old water. Anyway, another tenfold. Let's go. What have we got here? One dove. That does not bode well. Oh, 4 stars. Okay. And nothing too much going on here, but a bunch of 4 stars. Maybe I'm missing a couple, who knows? Carl and Ifrit, not really anything I need at the moment. We've got Ron and Musashi. Nothing much going on here. Another tenfold. What's our pity rate at now? I believe it's, what, 7.5% chance of a 5-star? And No, okay, I guess I have to have some bad luck once in a while. We have a 4-star Lance and 4-star Dragon. I suppose I'm missing Lathna when it comes to a 5-star Lance. In terms of dragons, well, we know about dragons. Another Ifrit. Let's have a look at our pity rate at the moment. Where have we gotten to? 8%. Oh, jeez. It's not looking good. Oh. And another 1 dog pull. Ah, dear. Oh, 5 4-stars. Dragon, Axe, Lance, Star, and Lance. Hisoka, Summon Luca. Ah, who else am I missing? I'm missing Summer Celiara, right? She seems fairly okay. Wouldn't mind pulling her. Well then. Yet another 10-fold ticket. I suppose I'm not really technically spending resources. Well, I suppose 10-fold tickets are a resource, but there's no opportunity cost to using them, right? Or at least nothing that isn't too unrelated to summoning. Whereas with Wormite, I suppose there's the option of, I don't know, expanding storage, I guess is one thing. I've used just a tiny bit of Wormite to expand my weapon and one-print storage, but not too much, only a few hundred at most. And in the meantime, I am drowning in pity rate. Let's see where we're at now. 9%, that's rough. But I suppose we're hitting the guaranteed one soon, right? Oh, well, there's the rainbow. With 9%, can we at least have more than 1? 2. That works out, I guess. Ugh. What have we got? What have we got? 1 sword and a dragon. Okay. Push through these. And who have we got in terms of sword? I don't believe I'm actually missing any 5-star swords. Well, third Wedding Elisanne. And Janda. So I guess I'll be turning her into Eldwater, because I already have a maximum on Banjan. Well, here we go. Excess sent to goodie box. Well, let's use some single summon tickets anyway, because we have plenty of those. 45 left. Let's push to 35. Now, I suppose now's a good time to think about what's a limit? How much am I willing to spend? How much do I want to save for the New Year's and Dragon Mule showcases that are quickly approaching? I suppose it'd be a good idea to leave at least around 30,000 Wormite. Because obviously with the amount of tickets I've had... okay. The amount of tickets I've had, I've not done a small number of summons already. Somewhere in the realms of like 120 summons so far? Gilgamesh! I forget. Does he shadow resist? Anyway, 42 tickets, let's go to 32. By the way, Gilgamesh isn't really one of those sought after light dragons at the moment. Of course, everyone's after Cupid. There's no skill damage by dragon, so Cupid's the best at the moment. And come on. Oh, it's the axe. Is it Gala Elisanne? It is, in fact, Gala Elisanne. I suppose that means we're done for now. We've dumped a good number of summons into this. Or do I want to go a bit further? Goodness. We have 40 single summon tickets left. 44,000, where am I? I suppose I'd have to figure out who I'm missing. Let's see, appearance rates. In terms of this list, I'm missing Summer Celiara, Victor, wait, Akasha? She's 4-star, right? No, she's 5-star. I guess I'm missing Akasha. In terms of light units, oh, I have all the 5-star light units. I'm missing Yaten. Ah, so that's a 5-star sword I'm missing. And Cassandra. I managed to have everything else. Let's push just a little bit further. And hopefully I can leave the music here without my video getting... Toys Factory has been incredibly aggressive with their content ID recently. So the last time I did the poll video for Gala series, that first video actually ended up getting taken down for the background music, which is mildly annoying. But I suppose it is technically music that comes from the latest Dragalia album, so I understand why they do it. They do have to sort of outwardly show that they're protecting their intellectual property, because otherwise they lose the rights to it. And, well, nobody would do this kind of stuff if it didn't make them money, right? I suppose that is rather cynical. Some people do things for passion. Like these YouTube videos, for example. I do these for passion, in a way. I don't make any money from these videos. I'd like to, but, you know, we all have to start somewhere, right? And, who knows, as a younger child I actually attempted to make YouTube videos, but I was never too good at the whole sounding interesting while talking thing, and who knows, maybe I still kind of struggle at that now, but who knows. Are there childhood dreams you guys have let fall by the wayside? Ones that you maybe thought about picking back up again? Who knows? You're not obliged to share them in the comments, but yes, maybe it's good to have a think once in a while of what you want it to be. Well, whether or not you still want to do that. Because if there's anything that would be upsetting, it would be to live a life with what-ifs. I suppose that's always been somewhat of a mantra of mine. No what-ifs? Well, I suppose it sounds kind of dumb now that I say it out loud. Because obviously there's always going to be some, right? Like, maybe I should just buy 100 lottery tickets. What if I end up winning? And for a lot of things, it's foolish thinking. But for those other things where you don't really have anything to lose, I suppose it's, you know, not too bad. Okay. That one person you like, maybe ask them out, who knows? What if they say yes? What if they say no? Well, a lot of the time, no, you actually went past the 10. A lot of the time, even if they say no, you're not doing too poorly anyway. You haven't lost anything. Unless, I don't know. I suppose there's the whole friend zone thing that people complain about. But I've always thought that's a case of you not being clear with your intentions, no? Yeah, well, that's a whole nother can of beans. Can of beans? Can of worms. That's the actual saying, right? Anyway, lindworm. Do I need more lindworms? I'm not entirely sure. What am I even hoping for now? Hoping for one of the 5 stars that I happen to be missing, right? I believe there's like... I think if I... pretty sure it's like a 10% chance that I actually get a 5-star I don't have if I manage to get one. So frankly, the chances are not in my favour. But Gala showcases are a good time to spend because, you know, you get increased Eld Water per summon on average. Anyway, 2 more summons, and then we'll start trying to pity break with tenfolds. Then we'll see what I get, and then it's off to the races. There's another 3-star Fire Imp? I don't even know. Flame Imp? Is that what it's called? Tenfolds! And we want to use Wormite. Diamantium tenfold summons. Not even once. They're so expensive. to have the money for this kind of thing. But, ooh, 2 5 stars. What did we get? Duplicate 2 5-star dragons. That is okay, I suppose. Because in the end, it's not always the units that you need. In the end, you also do need some 5-star dragons to start tackling harder content. So, another Gilgamesh. So, not particularly useful, and another Agni. Sure. Arena. Come on. Well, I suppose that means we're done for now. 2 5-star dragons to cap off the summons. And yeah, we still have 20 single summon tickets left. So what, we used about 80, 150, I think we did just under 200 summons? Something like 180 summons? Not too bad, right? We're not doing too bad at all. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, take it easy, and I wish you luck in your upcoming polls.